Comment on pourrait résumer cette semaine scientifique?
En un mot?
Non, plusieurs mots. Déjà, il y a fatigue.
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 Euh,
Intense.
Intensité, ouais.
Intensité.
Réussite.
Ouais, c'est vrai. Grand succès. Ça, c'était vraiment un grand
Froid.
succès. Là, on touche au but, ouais. Perspicacité.
Choc frontal.
Moult choc frontal.
On est totalement collé là. Tu as notre position?
Tu vois, par exemple, moi je passerais bien là-dedans là. Puis, je prends un peu d'élan pour passer là où c'est un peu plus dense, mais en évitant les gros. On se met un coup de gaz et essaye de passer là-dedans.
Là c'est complètement open, croisé quelques gros icebergs, mais il n'y a plus de glace, encore un peu de brume, mais c'est complètement open, on est vitesse plein pot.
Grâce à la qualité de manœuvrier d'une seconde, nous sommes ici maintenant en route directe sur Tassilac.
My name is Julek Havarski. I'm a scientist. I'm a marine biologist. I study fish and plankton of the ocean. I live in Canada, but I grew up in the United States. Objective as oceanographers was to measure temperature and salinity in the ocean. And this is part of a broad aim to understand water mass circulation in Arctic regions, to understand heat flux of Greenland ice sheet.
Magnifique. Glacier à gauche et il n'y a pas de mots pour le décrire. La navigation dans les glaces, c'est vraiment plus du bonheur. C'est de tracer son chemin.
This looks like a sea dragon there. No?
Feels so good to be on the ship. After waiting through the weather, it's just filled with elation to be on the boat. It's beautiful. It's gonna go, so I'll carry it out, and then we'll attach it to the quick link and suspend it, and you'll get in position, and then everything will be going. I developed this profiling platform, which includes physical measurements of temperature, salinity, and light. Perfect. But it also has optical and acoustic measurements. We're measuring fluorescence, which is a proxy for primary productivity. It measures the chlorophyll backscatter from plankton. A little nervous, but very excited. You ready to carry it out? Also using a particle imaging camera to measure marine snow particulate and zooplankton distribution.
I'm going to set it up straight. I'm going to put a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
Yellow light. I see. No, wait. Yep, perfect.
Light sensor is on. UVP's on a pressure switch. That started at 12 UTC, it's 11. You marked the exact number at 100 meters. No, hold on. Okay, to me. 100, 110 meters. Perfect. Perfect!
Amazing!
My name is Jakob Zopfi. I'm Swiss, 55 years old.
Nothing left, so it seems I have not make a mistake with my So they are packed for every depth now.
I'm working at the University of Basel in the Department of Environmental Sciences. My basic background is in microbiology.
Yeah.
What, Charlie? Yeah.
You can just, with the pulley here, or with your hand. So I want to say it's a little step for Adka, but it's a big one for humanity and science. One.
Perfect. Okay.
We're also working with Helen Coxell, Department of Geological Sciences as well. And Helen Coxell is a paleoceanographic expert who also specializes in foraminifera. Helen will be using the net samples to help identify what kind of plankton we're encountering here on the expedition. And I'm looking at copepods. When you saw in the plankton net, the little swimming crustaceans, those are copepods. And copepods are a really important component of the ocean food web, but particularly in the Arctic, because copepods convert the sugars from primary production, the algae, into fats. And all of the creatures here, like the birds, the whales, the fishes, they eventually either feed on copepods or feed on larger organisms that feed on copepods. And so they're the ones that produce the fat reserves for all the Arctic creatures to overwinter when the food is scarce.
as we all know, the climate is changing, and one of the major reasons is increasing CO2 concentration in the atmosphere. But there are other components to the increasing temperature. These are other greenhouse gases that are important, like methane or laughing gas, N2O. So my role in this expedition here was to sample very close to the glacier front, take water samples and measure then in these water samples greenhouse gas concentrations of nitrous oxide and methane, because under the ice methane is produced and is transported out of the glaciers into the ocean, and then methane can go into the atmosphere and increase atmospheric methane concentrations. And we are here actually to check whether this is a really relevant component. I'm filtering water samples from the very bottom. That's Atlantic water, also water from the Atlantic Ocean, for particulate organic matter. And from this organic matter, biomarkers will then be extracted so that we can reconstruct whether we have some methane oxidizing bacteria or other interesting organisms present.
So we're on our 11th station of the cruise, which is the 10th station of this fjord, which is Kangartiva. And yesterday we made our way all the way as far as we could into the fjord. And now we're working our way down the glacial trough. So there's basically a trough that's been carved over many thousands of years. It's a major pathway for deep water through the fjord. And so when we looked at the map, thankfully we have multi-beam bathymetry, we could see that there was a sill very deep inside the fjord. And we were able to sample on the inside of that one. And now we followed the trough pretty much as far as we can out to the outer part of the fjord. And we are basically sampling right on top of what's potentially a second sill of the fjord. So fjords have these deep basins, and there's this kind of narrow, shallow section called a sill. And what we want to know is basically how much of the warm water from the ocean is spilling over this sill and into the fjord, because ultimately that's where most of the heat that's melting this glacier is coming from. We went to 400 meters, looking at this map, and we hit the seafloor with our profiling probe at about 320 meters. Maxime, I'm ready. Let's go down to 500 meters. This is exciting. This is going to be the deepest profile we've done. And we're in a different system, hopefully dominated by lots of deep Atlantic water. So maybe we'll see some deep plankton and potentially some deep fish down at 500 meters. We'll see. It's exciting.
3, 2, 1, go! Et là, ça va être sacrément long. Dernière station, c'est assez solennel. Et là, la côté,
Il y a Jacob et ouais, qui est en train de faire son... Et j'oublie tout le temps le nom de la machine. Niskin. Il est en train de faire sa Niskin, ma gueule. On est à 55% de notre virline, enfin de notre. Du virline de Paul, hein, tu peux le prendre en photo. C'est lui l'architecte de tout ce système qui marche sacrément bien. Et donc voilà, 500 mètres pour les dernières, ça demande du temps. Tu vas jamais à 100% avec un moteur. Voilà. Donc ça sert à quoi? 10 meters left. Et là, il faut attendre 1 minute, 5 minutes.
Il faut attendre 3 minutes.
3 minutes 3 minutes.
Statistique, c'est pas compris.
Non, mais l'école, j'ai arrêté très tôt. Et il t'a expliqué pourquoi les 1 minute?
Parce qu'il veut que ça ping.
Ah,
Il veut que ça ping.
ça ping. Ouais,
Pas
ça
pour
ping,
rien, mais
ça ping. Non, mais non, bah non.
il faut que ça ping.